Hey everyone, I'm Shayna from Black Girl in CLE, and I don't think I need to introduce my next guest here, but It is Deborah Cox, who is here at Playhouse Square for The Wiz, and she plays the fabulous Glinda. Welcome. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
First, I have to fangirl out for all my friends when I said, hey, I'm going to go meet Deborah Cox. People burst into song. They said, oh my goodness. So this moment right here is for the fangirling of all my people that I know. Like, are you serious? Yes.
Right. Thank you.
Welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you.
And I saw the show last night.
Oh, you did?
Yes. And you were fabulous.
Thank you.
The dress was fabulous. Your entrance was fabulous. Like, I couldn't say enough.
Mm-hmm.
First question, what drew you to this role or wanting to be part of this?
I was drawn to the role by, I think, a little bit of destiny and fate. Okay. And I know the director. She and I had worked together years ago in Aida on Broadway. And right before the pandemic, we had a conversation about possibly working together. The Wiz was not even in view at the time. And then fast forward to just a few months ago, she asked if I was interested in the workshop for The Wiz. I said, say less, I'm there. So we got into the room and I met the rest of the cast and was just blown away at the chemistry. It was just instant. There was like a real camaraderie and a real bond with everyone and the characters and just the way the story was being told. And I just came on board at that moment. Okay. Yeah.
Is that the role that you envisioned yourself when you saw the workshop? Or were you I just want to be part of it anywhere?
She said, I absolutely see you as Glinda. Okay. I had my eyes on, I really wanted to bring something different. So when I believe is one of my favorite moments in the movie that I had seen, but I've always loved He's the Wiz. I always felt like that song was just a great song. And if I could get my hands on it and do a little something different and innovative, that would be really creative for me. It would be really compelling for me. And I got the opportunity to do that.
Nice.
And I feel really thrilled to be laying a new, blueprint, if you will, for this reimagined version.
Yes. And
so that's intriguing.
It is. And I spoke with Amber Ruffing and Brian Moreland a few weeks ago when they were here before the show came. Mm-hmm. And we had a conversation about how, the Wiz kind of belongs to all of us in the culture.
Absolutely.
But also how a lot of us are very protective of the Wiz. And when you say reimagine, the aunties will start doing the, I don't know, know. And so going into this same thing, I love Believe and listen to it to this day.
Yeah.
The Lena Horne version. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, how are we going to do this song? Like, we're going to do it right. But how are we going to, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Of course you did it well.
Thank you.
And blew it out the box. But what I noticed is that you don't think about the other version. Like it is a fresher Wiz. So I wasn't comparing. I wasn't like, oh, well,
That's great.
It was your song.
Yeah.
Still a great song.
Mm-hmm.
And it just fits.
Right.
Like I could see no other version.
The real beauty of this version is it kept the essence of the original story. You understand the journey. You understand who Dorothy meets along the way. All of these incredible characters who are so powerful in every single moment of the show. There's no moment where you're just sort of you lose interest. No. You are so captivated and engaged in the story and the direction, which I think is done beautifully by Shelley Williams, and the orchestrations of Joseph Joubert, I think, fit perfectly with storytelling because it all has to fit and it all has to make sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's modern. We have all different styles of Black music in the show that really represents us in totality. So that's a big part of the reason why I really wanted to come on, be in the cast, but also co-produce it and really help. To continue to keep the vision moving forward in a real positive way with integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, seeing this show knowing past versions,
Yes.
you don't feel anything about the past versions. Like there's no
Right.
judgment. There's no like this is, but there's no judgment.
Right.
It just is, and
It
it
just
exists.
is.
and the transitions are seamless.
Yes.
And I was watching a lot of the audience around me. There are four ladies in front of me,
Mhm.
and as you saying, you could see them like, ooh, ooh. and it was just like, yeah, it's hitting home.
It's hitting home from the moment that that Nichelle enters and sets the tone for the piece. And then you see the relationship between her and Melody Betts, who's an incredible artist who plays Aunt Em and Eveline.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the tornado hits, and then just the choreography of that and displaying all of these different emotions with everyone's body movements and gestures. It's really thrilling. And for me, I enjoy the process. So I've
Yes.
seen Jaquel Knight's brilliance in this and his team, how they just put it all together and just seeing the whole cast grow into their roles. Avery Wilson kills it as the Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
And, Philip as the Tin Man just brings a whole new emerging story
Yes.
to the Tin Man. And our Lion, of course, just every
Energy.
single person. Yeah. And then the Wiz, Alan does an amazing
Yes.
job at just showing you the con man.
Yes.
So I think when I came into this, it was really about finding a way to make sure that there's representation
Yep.
from the beginning to the end,
Yep.
And it's tricky. Lena Horne really set the tone,
Yeah.
of what a Glinda
Yes.
would be and should be. So,
But like I said, even to that point, you don't think about it anymore.
right.
It's just two
Wow, well,
separate
thank you.
things. Like you came in and I'm like, oh, Deborah Cox is here. Like
Right.
I was waiting for your entrance. And I'm like, look at those shoes, like, wow, the dress. And so I'm having a whole bunch of like thoughts, but then you get wrapped up
Mhm.
in the way the set moves and the scenes change. And you're not thinking about the Wiz, or you think about it when we meet the character, like, okay, the Scarecrow, let's see.
Right.
And then after that, like the Scarecrow. We love the Scarecrow.
Yes.
And the Tin Man story was compelling,
Yes.
and there was a moment I thought to myself, if there was a way of being like, oh, I love the Lion or I love the Scarecrow before,
Mhm.
like that's starting to shift just based on how these roles are. And
Right.
not for good or bad, but
Right.
it's just like that
That's
one
what
had
it
more
is
depth.
now. Yeah.
So I just,
And that starts with the book.
yes.
I think Amber did an incredible job at revising and updating so that it feels contemporary.
Yeah.
But like I said, still carries the essence of the story.
Yeah. So, like I
It's
can
hard
go
to
on.
do, not
Yes.
easy
And
to
I
do.
am just so amazed. I'm so honored to have seen it. I'm so honored for your time. And I don't want
you.
to hold you. So thank you. Tell everyone one question, and maybe you could help me with this.
Mhm.
For folks that are like, oh, I don't do musicals. Why should they come see The Wiz?
You should come see The Wiz because it's not your ordinary musical. This is something very different in the setting of a musical theater. I think it's a story that will resonate with you, that you'll find a connection with, and you'll have a good time. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to dance, and you're going to sing along to these memorable music as well. So come and have a good time.
All right. Everyone, Deborah Cox, thank you so much. Take care.